Hey everyone, welcome to Coding Simplified, and today we'll see a new problem in DP. So basically our problem is that we are given an array. We need to divide it into two parts, and we need to divide it such that their difference in sum is minimum, right? So for example, if you see this case, here we have this array 1, 2, 3, 5 and 10. Now we can divide this into array in multiple ways, right? We can have several combinations. Now we need to choose that combination which can give me the minimum difference in partition sum. So like if you see, if I partition like this way, that because I need to do partition means I need to divide this array into two sub arrays such that there's sum of all the elements and the differences should be minimum. So if you see this case, in this one we are basically dividing into 1 and 10, and the another array we have 2, 3, 5, right? So if you see, the sum of this array is 11. So here we have 11 and here we have 10, right? So what's the difference? Difference is 1, right? So now the best case is that we should divide our array such that the minimum difference is 0, right? This is the best case. Like if you say this example, let's say rather than this 10 here we have 9. So if it is 9, then what is it overall sum? The overall sum is 20, because 9 plus 1 20, and then we have this 10, right? So it means if it is 20, so best case is that somehow if we can partition in of this sum 10 10, that will be my best case. So like in this case I can easily divide into two parts, 1 and 9 and then 2, 3, 5. So in this my difference is 0, right? So this is the best case, that partition with minimum difference in partition sum. So basically this minimum difference, if it is 0, that is the best case. But if it is not 0, so then we'll go further 1, 2, 3 or whatever, right? But the point is that we should divide the partition in such manner that there's some partition, that's sum of all the elements of a partition and sum of all the elements of another partition, and if we take the difference, it should be the minimum, right? So like if you say this example, in this case we could have divided like this 1, 2, 9 and then here 3 and 5, right? But what's the difference now? So if you see, the difference would be of 4, right? But here our difference is 4, so we should divide in such way, right? Now basically our answer should be the difference. We should just know that what is the difference. So like in this case I would return 1 because that's a difference. In this case I would return 0. Now let's say if rather than this 10 here we have 11. So now let's check what can be the minimum difference, right? So again I can divide something like this, that here I will have one partition is 11 and here I have another partition as this one. So in this partition I will have all the other elements other than 11. So again my difference is 0, right? So I would return 0. Now let's say if rather than 11 I have 12 here. So in this if I divide in such manner like this case, so if I divide like this, that 12 is in one partition and all other elements are in one partition. So sum of all the elements here are 11 and here we have 12. So the difference is again 1, right? So again here we have the minimum difference. Now let's say if I have 13 here and here I have 1, 2, 3, 5. So again if I divide something like this, so in this partition I will have 13 and in this partition I will have 1, 2, 3, 5, right? So again if you see the difference is 2. Right? So if you have observed, basically what we are doing, our aim is that whatever the sum of all the elements, our partition should be kind of half of the elements, right? So we'll focus on this example. Here our array is 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 5, 13, right? So in this case, this is how basically we'll follow. First of all, we'll check that what is the sum of all the array element. So like in this case, my sum of all the element is 24, right? Now basically I need to check that I should basically have the minimum difference of the two partition. Now where it can be minimum difference where one partition have the half of the element, right? And if it contains, then it will have the difference as 0. So basically we'll basically take as a base this one, and if it doesn't achieve the half, then we'll see where it can get, right? So now we'll basically do the half, sum equal to sum by 12. So let's say this will be 12. Now I will check that in this array, is there a subset whose sum is equals to 12, right? And guys, this problem we have already solved. So before two problem, this was the question we solved. Subset sum problem. In this basically we check, is there exist a subset with sum equals to the given sum. So like in this case my problem was that my array was 1 2 3 5 and I need to check that is there exist a subset whose sum is equals to 7, right? So the exactly same thing we are doing here, that given an array we need to check is there exist a subset whose sum is equals to the this one, half of this one, right? So like in this case I need to check is there exist a subset whose sum is equals to 12, right? I would advise that if you haven't solved this question, please solve this question first. So because this is the base of this question. If you know this, that how can you check that is there exist a subset whose sum is equals to 7 or not, or like whose subset is equal to the given sum, then only you can proceed further, right? So in this video what we do, we basically solve using DP, and this is how we create a 2D table, right? So basically what we do, we basically check that if we have all these element, can I achieve this 12 or not, right? So after this, if you see here, that at the last we check using this one, that if I am at here, it means if I have all these array element, can I achieve 12? So if you see this one, this is saying false. It means if I have all these elements, I cannot achieve 12. Means there is no such subset which has 12 as a sum. Like you can see here as well, there is no such element, there is no such subset. If we do a sum, then which will create a 12. Like again it will have the 1 plus 2 6 plus 5 11, right? So what we do now, it cannot contain 12, so we basically go in this direction, and whenever we find out the true, it means we can achieve that sum. So like in this case we can't achieve 12, then what we can achieve? So here we go, then here we are finding true. It means we cannot find 12, but we can achieve 11, right? And you can see here that if we have this subset 5 plus 3 8 plus 2 9 plus 10 plus 1 11, it means we cannot achieve 12, but we can achieve 11 if we in this out of subset. So this is what we have achieved, what we can achieve. So now what we do, once we have achieved the 11, it means this can be our one partition, right? So it means this is my first partition sum. Now if this is my first partition, what is the other partition? My other partition sum will be total sum minus the total sum minus first partition sum. So like in this case, what is the, like in this case my first partition sum is 11, right? So so my first partition sum is 11, and what is other partition sum? Other partition sum is total is 24 minus first partition is 11, so this is 13, right? So other partition sum is 13. Now what's the difference? So difference will always be the first partition sum minus second partition sum, and we basically take the absolute, right? So it means first partition sum is 11, second partition sum is 13, and if we take absolute, that will be 2, right? So that's the difference we have in two partitions, right? And that's how we can achieve that what's the difference in two partition, and we need to achieve the minimum difference on the partition sum, right? So as you see that how we are creating this table, you will basically get to know using this question, right? So when you will solve this question, then you can see here also we are creating the exactly same table, and then at the last we return basis on this one. Like if it exists, then it will be true. If it doesn't exist, it will be false. Now it can happen, let's say if my sum was 25. So if my sum was 25 by 2 is 12, right? So it may happen that this is true, right? If it is true, then what we need to do, then we need to basically, if it was 12, then the first partition sum will be 12, right? So we'll check 25 minus 12, which will be 13. So my difference will be 13 minus 12, which will be 1, right? So based on this value, we can achieve whatever will my sum, and this is how we can take the difference, right? Now complexity of this question will be the same as it was of this question, because our concept is same. So basically if you talk about time complexity, so we are basically proceeding in 2D manner. So this will be my array of element, and this will be my sum. What is the maximum sum? So basically overall we can say this is big of n square, and my space complexity will also be the same, big of n square, because we are using 2D array, right? So let me show you the code as well so that you can get it better. So basically this is my function where I pass the array. Now this is a base condition that if my array length is 0, it means there is nothing to check, so I return -1. Else I basically take the all the sum of array element. Now I divided by 2 and I get the sum. Then this is the procedure. So this is basically how I check that if there exists a subset, or if there exists a subset whose sum is equals to given sum. So once you will see this video, then you can easily get how we are proceeding it further. Now after that, our aim is that we basically check that in last row what is when we are getting the true, right? So basically for that we are checking last row and we are getting the last from last column. So from last column we are checking where we are getting true. So like here we are getting true. So whenever we get the true, we basically store the value that we store that sum and we break. So now this is the first partition sum, right? So we check the what is the second partition sum. Second partition sum will be sum of array minus first partition sum, and then we check that what is the absolute of the difference between first partition and second partition, right? So this is how we basically solve the question. And if you have any doubts, please write in the comment section and I will try to explain that. And I will also put the source code into description, so if you want then you can also get it from there. So thanks everyone, and if you have liked the video then please like it and subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you.